Well, hello, Kingston. Welcome back to another Napoleon Total War 3 battle. This is a 4v4 on Italy 7, and it should be a good one. This has a four coalition, obviously. 4v4 means 4 players on each side, Kingston. My goodness. Sorry, my brain is kind of losing itself today, I guess. But let's go over the points here. It's actually a very cool map. I've not seen it played, at least in a while, if not ever. Being totally honest here, I do not recognize this one. I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't realize the map itself. And it looks kind of like a lot of fun. You got like this big old, like, I don't know, this is like a river, basically. You have this nice swampy river. You have some bridges, some forested areas, some nice hills and slopes. It looks like it'll be very strategic placing. I think you can walk across this river, but let's look at the points here before the battle actually starts. So we have a 8-point Ottoman UK. You, of course, have a Prussia 10-pointer. You also have a UK 9-pointer, UK Portugal, and then Helder, actually, UK Helder 7-pointer. I don't see them very often, so it's kind of cool to be able to see Helder making its appearance back here again. Now, we do have some cavalry charging in, potentially against some line infantry. Are they able to form square? They do form square in the forest, forcing the French to have to fall back, or not the French, but these Lancers to fall back, probably taking some losses here. And yeah, it looks like the French are actually pretty well embedded in this forest already. The Ottomans pushing up very rapidly by themselves. Oh, they broke. Some cavalry, I think, was charging them in the back, some French cav. Yep, you have French cav with the infantry. Look at them just marching out of that forest. So the UK Ottomans taking up this hill here. They have a very good defensive position, of course. They have artillery that's pushed up a 6-pounder. They have, you know, this area is going to be very difficult for the enemy to cross just because it is going to slow them down. Oh, they do have some heavies here. Look at this. Oh, they have Lancers too. What are these Lancers doing? They came back. They are ready to rejoin this fight. Probably very tired, though. So, yeah, France is taking the tree line here. They're probably going to set up right there. They have this LOC. They're also going to take... Russia is pushing forward a lot of line infantry. They have a lot of musketeers. They didn't go for landwehr spam. That's very good to see. Very happy to see Prussia not doing that for once. And they bring in quite a lot of grenadiers. They have artillery as well. A very grand looking battery here, 12-pounders, 4 of them. So they're going to probably set up on the corner of this map and hope maybe start taking some pressure off of any push that the coalition makes over here. I mean, you have the UK rolling through the tree line on this bridge. Actually, kind of a cool looking bridge. You can see where they're aiming for, this clump of trees, I would assume. Helder is going to have to go pretty far here, although it looks like he is actually going to just roll here on the left, maybe take a 1v1, so very scattered fight potentially, or at least 2 different fights, a massive one over here, and then a tiny fight, a 1v1 over here. Depends on the other French player where they go. If France peels off another force to defeat the 7-pointer, then it will give the coalition a chance to 3v2 and maybe get some real kills. That could be, honestly, the decision that could break or win this battle one way or the other for the coalition or the Imperial. We do have some light infantry. We know these guys can form squares. There was a square check done earlier. And yeah, they are pushing up here, but here comes the Ottoman UK. And there's actually a good amount of UK forces in there. You have, you know, the Devil's Own, Coldstream Guards. Ooh. Oh no, they're gonna lose their C3s. And those are Lancers, so this could not have gone any worse, as they're gonna get surrounded here. I mean, actually, they're charging in, but oof. Wow. These guys are actually taking this fight quite well. Surprisingly. Now we do have a general getting ambushed here on the road. This is Mapov's army. Oh no. saving his general. But yeah, there's a couple different clashes here. We do have some French cav as well pushing over here. Helder has some lancers and some light dragoons. They're hopefully going to push them back. I think he saved his general. And so now they're going to push across the river. I would assume they're going to push across this left side here. This is kind of cool. Wow, little detail. Look, what is this? It's like someone, like a random little hut on the side of the river here. That's interesting. But yeah, let's check what Prussia is doing. Looks like they're setting up their guns. Have some skirmishers up in front, some cavalry hopefully to defend that artillery piece. Yeah, they have some cuirassiers, so heavy cav. And then some hussars as well. They have their line set up. They are just waiting for the Ottomans to push across, and maybe even UK 9. Man, France is playing this cat and mouse game over here, like the cavalry constantly charging back and forth here on this field. So they're probably going to push up here. I like this, actually, this position. This is kind of really cool. They have the rivers to their back, so, you know, they have to stand their ground. You know, they're not able to fall back. The UK, though, pushing across the bridge, getting an entire flanking action here. This is going to be a problem. The coalition is making this a big problem that the French are going to have to deal with. They have to deal with this whole army pushing across. This is a very deadly army. Also, for those who do not know, this is a light foot, I believe, army. Almost all light infantry. There are some line infantry here and there, but it's almost all light infantry. So very tough build to fight against. It's also very small, though. So, you know, it has its weaknesses, but I think it has more strength than anything. Look at this, though. Look at this. Oh, look at it. You have the line advancing in the foreground and in the background. Then you have Prussians way over in the way background. We have some skirmishers set up in the trees. This is going to be a tree battle. A tree battle? This is going to be a forest battle is what I meant to say. Which is going to be a little bit rough. It's going to be a very rough one, I think. I hate forest battles. It's hard to see what's going on. It's hard to calculate, you know, flanks. Your men run slower. Shooting missile blockage. There's a lot of skirmishers set up here. And the UK are, oh my goodness, instantly firing. Oh wait, this is a 5-point, yeah, this is the Irish. So the Irish are on the battlefield today. Interesting. Okay, so we have Irish. Holy cow, they are embedded in this forest. There's tons of them. The Ireland forces in the forest. A lot of chunky units here. And you can see that they're breaking so fast already. This is gonna be a vicious fight already. I mean, they are breaking rapidly. These poor skirmishers are just getting chewed up by the UK lines. They're gonna try to fall back. They have some chasseurs-cheval that are trying to fall back as well. They have a left flank which is falling back, but here we go. We got the French preparing a defense here as Prussia is going to start advancing in coordination with the Ottoman UK. Artillery sitting in the front line. I mean, this is going to be a deadly position for the coalition, but I guarantee you it's not going to last very long. I say as cavalry is mobilizing. It'd be better if that artillery was back here and you had some lines here, but looks like the coalition is going a full frontal attack here. France set up in a defensive line here. I'm gonna have to, yeah, look at these chunky units. Or the Imperial. These guys are not firing very often. But, yep. France is going to be holding this force. They are also holding here. Yep, the artillery got broken very easily, very rapidly. I mean, honestly, don't have your artillery up in the front line. That's why it gets focused down so fast. And, you know, it becomes not a fun event to have occur. France is now going to fall back from their guns here. I mean, their shooting is not going to be as good as the coalition, Prussia, or the UK. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they want to, you know, fall back to the tree line, maybe use this LOC as a pain in their side. Oh, hold that thought. We have a bayonet charge here. Holy cow, we had some French lines going against the UK.
Our men are running.
Oh, no. The UK are actually getting thrown back. Now they're sending in more line infantry, but this is not something he's going to excel at. I mean, it's light infantry. Oh, what is Helder doing over here, by the way? Okay, they're just rolling over here. They're going to come and join this fight, so it's going to be one massive, large fight here. Looks like we have it strung along. France is in full retreat here. They are not even close. This artillery is shelling this house to weaken it. Maybe they can attack it themselves.
Sir, your general has been killed.
Well, that's...
This is a black day.
Oh, some Chasseur Cheval in the back lines making a strike at the enemy, breaking one general. I mean, the coalition actually isn't looking super amazingly strong. They do have a nice road to transport behind their lines to move troops rapidly along, which is exactly what they're doing. But the problem is this coalition is fighting against some very chunky Irish lines. It's gonna take them a very long time to actually make a hold that thought, because we have another charge here. Some rifles getting charged by some cavalry. So, like I said, guys, the forest is becoming the coalition's undoing here. Granted, this charge on the left is going very well, but I would say kind of hitting a bit of a stone wall here just because of the large chunky units that could stay in a line fight forever. We got a nice flank by the French, and more French skirmishers pushing across here. My goodness.
Our men are running.
These guys are going to get there before Helder does. Helder is nowhere as close as the French are. This is bad for the coalition. Over on this side, though, man, France is just... They are getting pushed really hard. They are having to throw their cav and their dragoons just to save their army and let them fall back. At the same time, though, guys, it's going to cause the French to have to fall back in the forest here. And you can see they are actually totally falling back. All along the board, they have basically retreated from that LOC. And now some grenadiers, Prussian grenadiers, are going to take it. Yeah, man, they're gonna be a new reformed line, hopefully. I mean, they are, it looks like, saving their line a little bit. They sent in some of those dragoons, and it looks like they did break. They did take the LOC, so the coalition is set in a very good position here. Oh, they took this one too. Interesting. Looks like actually Helder may be fighting a battle here to the left. I think they don't expect to make it all the way across both bridges. And oh my goodness, here comes France. This is bad, guys. This is so bad. Helder is not engaging a French army, I don't think. Or maybe this is two French armies, one here and one here. This is looking actually quite good now for the coalition. They are punching through here as France is just turning and bayonet charging them, though. Things are not going to go so well for them. Artillery got charged. It's really hard to see what's going on in this fight. The Ottomans still pushing France back here. France just in an entire retreat. They were doing really well in the forest, and they obviously have this flank going. So the coalition basically is going to try to be constantly pushing this side and ignoring this flank. Don't know how it's going to work. You can see actually the coalition. I have to keep zooming in so you guys can actually see what's happening here. They are reforming their lines so that they can face the French attack that is coming from this tree line.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
And honestly, I mean, yeah, Portugal, oh my goodness, they're getting bayonet charged all across the board here. By now, some grenadiers. We do have the regular line volleys set up here in this field. Oh no, France on a full charge here. They are going straight at the UK corner, and 9-point UK is going to have to hold off like a lot of French, while their allies, Prussia and the UK Ottomans, constantly are going to try to push here. Now, looks like France is actually making a significant stand here. So they are making a stand on this left side against Prussia. They don't have a lot. Prussia looks very, very healthy, which is very good for them. Some cavalry charge again, harassing more of the French lines. And yep, the UK constantly getting pushed back. He's looking like he's actually having some braking. Oh my goodness, and France is just full on sending it. Look at the reinforcements pushing through this side here. Now we do have Helder squaring up against the French army. It looks like this is going to be a very secluded fight. Not a lot going to really happen there, to be honest. And the UK are just getting constantly charged. A lot of braking on both sides. But France seems to be climbing out on top.
Our men are running.
And okay, so we have some more lines ready to fire. Or not. It's just a mess here, guys. Both sides are just in a full-on melee. There is just... General? But yeah, the UK are breaking pretty badly. France is just able to keep attacking, and they're going to be retreating here. They have to retreat. They have to pull back their artillery as well. This 6-pounder isn't even able to set up to fire. This left flank is just looking pretty bad. Man, they're getting surrounded by the French. And here is the question, guys, what the coalition has to do. What are they going to do? Are they going to... Oh, they're actually focusing down these two squares here. But do they keep pushing, or do they turn around and face the enemies, you know? Oh, we have some cav way over here. I thought they were in charge of the infantry. All right, well, France is definitely starting to break a little bit more on this side, but they don't want to look behind them, because if they look behind them, they will see not a whole lot of forces left to fight against the French that are just mobbing forward here. Even Ottomans, the UK Ottomans, are pushing back forces to kind of help out here. This is not looking the greatest for them. Let's not forget that Helder is having an engagement here, but it looks like it's a very secluded engagement. And there's a lot of skirmishers here set up. Oh. Yeah, some skirmishers set up. I'm surprised they haven't put them in light infantry behavior just so they can fire. Yeah, this is a very secluded part of the battlefield. Looks kind of cool, though. I'll check from time to time. Obviously, I feel like the battle's going to be won or lost over here. And it looks like France is actually finally getting pushed back. The UK finally regaining some control here on this left side. Prussia is still attacking here. But I feel like France, sacrificing those two squares, managed to get a lot of their cav or infantry away. And so Prussia may have to turn around and face the enemy by this LOC. And France is quite a massive army. A lot of skirmishers. I'm seeing a lot of skirmishers recently. I feel like skirms are the way to go. Oh, these guys just pouring in the fire. And honestly, skirmishers are the way to go against the UK. You have to bring skirm spell to get them. Oh, look at this, a charge. Do they form square? Did the Coldstream Guard form square? I don't know if they even did. They did. But man, the UK really got, like, they really, oh my goodness, what is going on here? We had some skirmishers standing point blank, just volley firing the side of this Ottoman army. And now it looks like the French may actually start advancing out of the tree line again. I love this map, by the way. I love the fall looking colors. It looks like, you know, right before winter and there's an engagement happening. Look at the volley fire in the wheat field. Troops moving in the back lines. Line infantry now bayonet charging in, catching this Ottoman line infantry. Oh, they broke them. All right, so things seem to be stabilizing. Now, Helder, I think they went for some skirms with their Kazakis. They look like they were wanting to, but I am concerned that this fight is not going to go well for Helder because they are not being, I mean, there's just skirmishers sitting up here just skirmishing away at their lines, and they're not able to do it a whole lot, and they have a massive line. I would be pushing here. I'd be pushing. They're just being very passive, and they do not need to be. They have some nice line infantry. They'll let themselves get just battered by artillery. Yeah, I would not be playing it that passively as Helder. Now, we do have still the Ottomans and Prussians pushing. They really want this French army dead, so they can turn and face this other army, but at a certain point, they're trying to do bayonet charge because you get a speed bonus, and you get you can catch some of the models if you get close enough, and then you can break them. They need cavalry is what they need, but I don't see a lot of cav at all. We do have a fresh French army pushing into the tree line and advancing now to the attack. So this battered Ottoman army is, yeah, they're falling back as they should. They do not, they're taking on a fully reinforced, fully fresh French army. Not ideal. Hold that thought, because we have a charge here. France smacking in using crossieres, smacking into Helder, and Helder has no squares. And France is going to follow it up with some infantry. And oh my goodness, look at the chaos here. Oh my goodness, Helder, what are you doing? Reform your lines entirely. Okay, Helder's probably going to die here. That's my guess. Helder's going to get just absolutely annihilated. As you have plenty of lines and cavalry all in this one little area. That's kind of a cool shot, though. If you're like the French, well, this is a beautiful shot for you, you know? But Helder, that's the beginning of the end for Helder, I believe. Over the side, we now have another line fight here. Now, France is going to struggle a little bit just because they're shooting against the UK. They are not going to do well, and the UK still have forces that can shoot. I do believe we have Prussia. Yeah, we have Prussia here. Now pushing across as France is reuniting with their allies. They are not going to come in. I think Prussia actually could tip the scales back. They just had to get here before the coalition starts breaking. Yeah, that's the important thing. Just make it here. Make it here before UK breaks, because UK suffered some pretty heavy losses. Do I see a bayonet charge? Yeah, France is going in with another bayonet charge here. Wow. And they are just constantly pushing for the UK line. The UK don't really have a lot they can do against it. France is definitely doing a good job of focusing down, you know, the UK. They are getting in close, not letting them get a lot of shots off. Now we have France, oh man, going in on the Ottomans. Oh no. France is coming back with a vengeance. And they're coming back to maybe retake the initiative on this battlefield. We still have this other side where Helder has kind of repositioned here, but France is just going to rest up the troops, having broken a lot of the line here. I'm surprised that they set up their line and didn't have squares near the front. They had a bunch of squares here. They should put some squares over here as well. I don't know. I feel like that would be the best thing to do in that case. Ottomans broke the, the Ottomans were broken quite easily by the French, who are now going to start descending upon the flank of the other Ottoman line, and this is looking way more dire now for this coalition, guys. They are getting just defeated in piecemeal fashion. They still have their artillery. They could still fall back, I think, to the guns. Fall back to their guns and then use the guns to defend their army. I mean, they have some artillery set up over here. The 6-pounder for the UK Ottomans firing. I feel like it could have been set up a little bit higher up on this slope. That way it could fire across instead of being down a little bit. But I think it still is doing damage. This left side seems to be a little more stagnant. The right side, a concern. Prussia is going to have to move quickly. And the problem is they are L2s, L1s, maybe a couple L3s. But they are not that fast. Yeah, there's some G4s, but they're not that fast. And they have to get here quickly. They have to be able to save this thin little coalition line that is holding off quite a lot of forces here. And France is being very smart and methodical on how they're doing this. Now over here on this side, Helder is seems to be regaining some of the initiative from their loss. But yeah, they're just probably withering away to skirmish fire. Although they haven't lost a significant amount of troops, they still lost some, and that artillery is still firing on them. I would just fall back to this hill and hold it. I mean, at this point, might as well just hold the hill. Hide troops behind some houses and just, get some shelter and pray that your ally wins. Or try mobilizing over here. Now, we do have heavy cav rolling down the road. Oh, you can see it coming. You can hear the drums of doom. Now, yeah, they're not going to make a significant push here. I mean, it's squares. It's not Helder. But I think they're trying to force them into a square formation so they can then bayonet charge them with some of the Irish. Dare they? Yeah, they're gonna charge in some Irish here. The UK line is gonna start looking a lot weaker. They do have the Coldstream Guards in the back lines, though, prepared to engage here. I guarantee you the heavy cav is now gonna start moving up. Now these guys are not gonna be in square formation. Oh man, France is using this road to just quickly get in and start just stabbing. However, it does look like the coalition is just point blanking these volleys, and the heavy cav hit a square. Coldstream Guard in reserve here, and hopefully they will start pouring in a couple volleys here. Yeah, look, they're right there. How could you miss that shot? You'd be a fool to miss that shot. Yeah, Prussia is engaging here, actually forcing back the French flank. Good old Prussians. So things are kind of tipping back. I mean, things have swung back and forth quite a lot here. But yeah, France is starting to kind of take some losses, I would say. Line of tree now charging in. We do have some counter charging, beautifully done. And they broke them. Man, that was a nice cav charge. The light dragoons stopped that line before they got there. This heavy cav also was running in between some squares and finally broke. France, though, pushing up very aggressively here. Over here, it looks like Helder is actually going to fall back. Yeah, into the tree line. That's a very wise decision. Fall back to the high ground. Make it more difficult for Cav to attack you with the trees all around you. Over on this side, though, Prussia actually... Oh, no. What is happening? Oh, Prussia went for a beta charge with the Grens. And they actually broke some of the French. At the same time, though, they did get flanked here, which is gonna be a problem. Some mutual breaking. I think they'll actually regain this. The general being nearby probably inspired and did a rally. We do have some French Cavs still hovering around in the back lines here. It's gonna be a very tough time for the coalition to actually deal with them. but Prussia seems to be winning here. And this is a very stagnant battle now. Oh, we have cavalry in the back. Oh my goodness, France going in for a back charge and looking to actually loosen up this right flank. Oh, Prussia's in trouble. They don't have a whole lot of squares, if any. And their general's actually in trouble. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, they do have one square, but this general, he's not going to make it. This general is not going to make it. Nice volley by the square, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, guys. Over in the forest here, France still engaging. Still maybe not being as aggressive in their push, but they are still attacking here, forcing the coalition back to the LOC, but this may be the one side with some redemption. Did they save their general? They saved their general. Now, this is not looking good. The Prussians are engaged with some Chevaliers and losing, as France is actually using that to then push up, and they are just out. They're not out shooting the Devil's Own, but they just outnumber these two lines, which are holding the whole right side against 4 regiments. Now, it does appear that the Ottomans have lost enough to where they are now piling into this LOC, and they are going to try to hold it, which may actually mean they need to fall back on this right side as well. But maybe not. Maybe they're going to just grit their teeth and bear it. We do have Helder. Actually, looks like Helder is getting assaulted here on the hilltop. France getting up very close. Helder is using this buildings kind of to protect some of their flanks. I guarantee you France may actually try to do a bayonet charge here. They have Bavarians and French line infantry. France is actually moving away. They should have gotten much closer. They could have afforded to get much closer, in my opinion. So the battle is only halfway over, guys, and the armies are definitely significantly smaller than they were before. Now, we do have France angling themselves over. Oh, the artillery. That's right. Oh, look at this guy. That is hilarious. The horse like, I'm taking you with me. Prussia actually managed to save some of their forces here, but it's not very much. And they look like they're getting trapped. France has pushed back the UK, and the UK actually are falling back. One last line there, falling back to the artillery, and they're hoping maybe to have the artillery help them out, forcing back the enemy. Prussia does still have some grenadiers. I don't know, guys. You can tell me what you think. If you think the coalition is going to win or lose. Russia has 1 or 2 forces left here, and they are going for a last desperate attack here, sending in grenadiers with the general. Oh no, the general broke that. Oh wow. Wow. Prussia is going to try to break as many troops as possible before they break, which it's not going to matter too much. Helder is in a line fight here. You can see the flashes of musket fire. France is getting very close here. Helder is actually issuing out with some of their grenadiers here, so they may actually try to do some counter charges of their own. Yes, finally! Beautiful charge by Helder. And now with some line infantry, the foot guards, this is the time to countercharge. These fights are so far away from each other, it's crazy. Oh man, I don't know, guys. The French seem pretty strong here. The French seem very strong here, and there's not... Excuse me. There's not a lot of coalition troops left. The Prussia is gone. Prussia has been disintegrated. All they can do is hope the guns will at least try, like, at least help them a little bit here. Like I said, they are staking their claim around this LOC, and they're just staying put here. But it does not look too promising for them. How did that Helder charge go? Oh, why they got thrown back? Whoa, what is happening here? Oh, the heavy cav going in once more, and Helder is just... They are not doing too hot. They are not doing hot at all. They need to get in this tree line even more. I thought they would have for sure been able to hold out in the town. Like on the hilltop. It's a nice defensive ground, but France is just really pushing them back. I hate having to fly back and forth. Maybe just try to pop the map bigger just to be able to tell what's happening here, because you can kind of tell they're falling back to the tree line. France is pushing up on that side. Ocean still pouring fire. I wonder how many bullets they have left with some of their lines, though. Man, there's not a lot of volley fire anymore. What is happening? Yeah, it's like the whole main French line isn't even attacking. Not sure if they're waiting. Maybe they're going to wait, but they only have 30... Well, they have 30 minutes. Wow. Oh, hold that thought. We do have a cav charge. Is it going for the guns? Is this guns? Oh, it is, and they are going straight for some skirmishers here. And maybe they're going to start taking out skirmishers and forget the guns, you know, entirely. Oh, they're going to break. Oh, they broke 2 skirms, though. That's worth it. That is very worth it. I mean, there's still some skirmishers over here. Very strong, very large. Man, Helder is just losing a lot of troops here on that side. But we do have France making their advance with plenty of Bavarians in tow. Also cav in the back lines. There's a nice small little town here. Is that a... Oh, that's a pity. He tried coming back. But here we go. Oh my goodness. The French may actually be going for a melee play here. One last true melee attack. With so many nice thick lines. UK are going to push up here, and they're just going to start trying to point blank them as they push forward. Oh, they're dropping them like it's nothing. Now you gotta watch out though, because they are pushing over on the flank here, and you're not gonna be able to... Oh man, these guys are gonna get some good charges probably in on the UK if they aren't careful here. But they are feeding into this little dip here. They actually are pushing over on this side as well. And just skirmishing on the LOC, but they don't seem to want to push too aggressively there. Now we do have France assaulting the hill, it looks like. But they're taking it nice and slow here. The Helders has kind of made a semicircle, and that's going to be probably their last stand, one way or another. Oh, we have a Grenadier unit coming back. Man, France is just getting thrown back. The shooting, guys, I'm telling you, that shooting is just crazy good. We do have that cap. France still does have cavalry, and they are really using it. They may be trying to go for a general. Oh no, David Baird. Run away. Form your square with the Devil's Own. Oh, run away. Oh, they broke the cav though. I mean, hey, yes, they lost the general, but the cavalry broke. So they're not gonna have to worry about that anymore. And there, Prussia has still some forces here, and they're pushing forward, actually forcing back the French. There's artillery firing over on this side as well. I don't know what they're firing at. Are they going for? Yeah, they're going for the Prussian battery. It's so weird having such a small pocket of forces left, and that's it. But now that this French army is pushing back, there's a flanking army that has to be dealt with. The problem is, I think France is going in piecemeal. They attacked frontally, and now a flank is pushing. They need to push together, and they need to stop like going in one at a time. All right, let us check on poor Helder here, isolated on their little hill. Actually holding this initial fight here, pouring in some good volleys. Man, they're actually dishing out the damage. France is not going to easily take this, and they are taking a full-on line fight. Not doing too hot now. We do have heavies, but they are hitting Coldstream Guard squares. So finally the UK are able to form some squares here. France actually seems to be hitting a bit of a stone wall, which is going to be, you know, probably more frustrating, especially after so many wins. Oh my goodness, we have France descending upon them in mass. They need to push some troops right here along the building and then charge them in on the flank. That's the only way they're going to win this. Put this unit and move them along here and then bayonet charge. They are not going to win this. If they keep attacking like this, you can say they keep taking heavy losses. It is not going to work. France seems to have lost any initiative they had at this point, and the coalition, despite being so heavily outnumbered, they seem to just be slaughtering. Yeah, look at this. They're in the full attack. They're full on attacking there's 3 lines engaging, what, almost 10? I think they're just trying to mass route a lot of these forces just because they are redlining. Oh, the mass route's affecting the entire army here. This is the greatest time to push forward and attack. I don't think there's a general here. Okay, now Prussia is pushing up with them, pouring in some more volleys, trying to get more troops to mass route here. France can't attack again. That is very obvious. They can only do a defensive battle now. So this is turning out to be very, very interesting ending to both sides. I mean, even over here, Helder looked like they were losing. But man, are they making a stand that actually seems to be working? It seems to be working for them, guys. I don't know what's changed recently, but this wait, what's the Coldstream Guard? There it is. Coldstream Guards can start pushing over. Oh, the artillery is firing here. France is just being able to push at their own ease. The UK, look at this. The UK are attacking. They're actually pushing back the French. All over the French are maybe funneling them into a kill zone. As they have a line here and a line here, but oh my gosh, they broke the first line. What is actually happening in this battle? Like, what is going on? France is just breaking. Maybe they don't have their general anymore. Maybe it has been killed, but they are just breaking. Constantly breaking. Look how many forces have now broken. 3 lines, guys. Maybe even 2 now. 2 lines have been just obliterating. Yeah, it is 3. 3 lines of UK plus, you know, a grenadier from Prussia have just been mass routing a French army. It's like they're losing, and then they were like, that's it. Nope, you're not winning. Not today. And then, oh man, look at this. This is just 34 men, and they're dishing out the damage. Breaking forces of the French. This is just, the French can't handle this. They keep getting attacked anytime they try reforming. Anytime they try turning and firing at the coalition, they just get blasted in the face. They're going to lose this one. They are going to lose this one. That's my prediction. I mean, their armies are falling apart. I mean, they are standing and shooting here, but then they break. They just can't. The enemy can't. I wish that was an actual title I could use. I feel like that would just be a weird title. Now, Helder is actually, interestingly enough, holding all on their own. They need to break this French army in order to not make their ally have to march all the way across the map, because I don't want to have to watch that whole thing. I'm just kidding. But they actually, France does seem to be having a slower approach now. They don't have a lot of line infantry left, and they are starting to break. I mean, this is some of the best UK troops this Helder army has, and they still have the Coldstream Guards, so it's gonna be very rough for France to actually make this. And they have to know that their ally over here is just losing. Now you can see the bayonet charge carrying on, and there goes France. I think they're about a mass break. We do have a small fight happening right over here. Coldstream Guards just, you know, fighting everybody. They're to form square. They did form square. But this battle's basically over. That first initial fight in the forest, guys, I hate forest battles for that very reason. It was very obvious that no one could really tell what was happening. I think the only real fight that's happening actually is for Helder over here. So we're just going to stay over on this side now and see what France plans on doing. It would be so easy for the coalition to just bayonet charge down the hill and take on these skirmishers. Oh, we got more and more. Hopefully they're forming a square. They did. Oh, the heavies getting shot in the face. They cannot go past this square. But they're gonna try to go for some troops maybe over on this side. The Camerons. It's not gonna work though. They are getting shot point blank. It's over. Oh my goodness, it's carnage. They did so well in the very beginning.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
And there goes the French general slain. One or two French forces in the forest, but this is probably going to start becoming an LLC fight. Actually, it really matters that Helder holds his 4-pointer now. Like, there is only 18 minutes remaining, but Helder actually has to hold this 4-pointer. They have Cameron, they have the Highlanders in the LOC here. We have some Bavarian line infantry, probably not as good in stats as the Highlanders are. Well, they have some the old 5 and 3 pennies as well. But yeah, no, France is running out of troops here. They have skirmishers here. They're going to get bayonet charged. Oof. He got stabbed in the stinking gut. One last brave skirmisher unit here. Probably not going to last too much longer before they get charged as well under the shade of these trees. But a good battle. Man, that was actually, the coalition almost lost that. I feel like they almost lost that fight, but they didn't. But they almost did. And I think the very end hold here with the artillery, the lines, I think the only reason they won was because the French kind of marched out of the trees and had to fight them in the open, and that's where the coalition seemed to start excelling at winning here. Yeah, I'm going to fast forward at this point because it's very obvious. There's not a whole lot of forces left here. to really fight. The French have 1 or 2 lines left, their general. But yeah, that'll be the battle, guys. Interesting fight, to be
This
sure.
building has fallen to the enemy.
Oh, what? They took it? What, Helder? What are you doing? Oh, the Coldstream Guard need to go in. Send in the guard. This is literally the difference between winning and losing for the coalition at this point. They could have won the battle. If they lose the LOC, it is over. What do they have in here? Those Bavarians. Cheeky Bavarians. Oh, come on. Charge it in before you start taking heavy losses. Here we go. Coldstream Guard ordered forward. They should take this. Should take this, guys. Oh, they took it. Whew. I was about to say, like, they better not. That is just terrible. Now, there is only one, there's 2 4-pointers, and they have both, so yeah. They're gonna win by LLC victory as well. I'm really surprised Helder actually won that in the very end. They did not look like they were winning. That heavy cav charge shattering their lines, them have to fall back to the hill, but I think actually having the high ground is eventually what actually saved them. I actually don't have the stats, unfortunately, for this one, the end results. But oh my gosh. That is a lot of kills. That is a lot of kills. And a lot of chevrons. But yeah, guys, that is a battle. I think it's definitely not your typical Napoleonic, like, stereotypical battle. I felt like it was a little bit different, a little bit of a spin-off. It was not played like a regular line fight. It was definitely interesting, and it felt different. I'm not sure why exactly it was different, but it felt different. Still fun, though. Still fun, and still a definite spin to the end near the end that I did not expect. I thought the coalition was going to lose. When Prussia just got disintegrated, and the UK were just falling back, and the French looked so big, but then the French just marched out and just died to the UK machine gun. So that's all it took, I guess. Well, anyway, guys, yeah, that'll be it for me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, guys, stay safe. Have a great rest of your day. And I will catch you all in another video.